Hey, it's Brian and Chase with the Midnight Mechanic. Today we're going to show you how to replace the battery in our 2014 Chevy Traverse. Now, the two things I hate the most about being a mechanic is buying tires and buying batteries. Well, we just put tires on this thing like a week and a half ago, so it stands to reason that, hey, of course the battery's going to go bad. So we've been having problems with it, hard starting and stuff, so it's about time to replace the battery. 2014 with 70,000 miles, original battery, it was just time to go. So we're going to show you how to do it. Normal cars have it under the hood, but a lot of newer cars have them in different spots. Well, this one's a little different. It's got it underneath the passenger front seat. So we first realized the battery was going bad. Of course, I popped up in the hood and I looked under here and you don't see the battery. I kind of knew it was in a different spot. Looked online, figured out it was under the passenger seat. If you don't know where it is, do a Google search, look online, look in your owner's manual. Like we've been saying, it's easy to find where it is. Well, if you have a problem where your battery is completely dead and you have no way to move that passenger seat up, or if you need to jump start your car, it's right here under the hood where you do it. You can see right here, this red box, that's where you would hook your positive up. And then over here, that's where you would put your ground. So you see the two of them are right here next to each other up onto the passenger side. Now you can hook power to that with jumper cables or a jump box and either jump your car or use it to power so you can move your passenger seat forward.
Alright, so you gotta look under this little thing right here. Doormat. No, it's not a doormat, floor mat. And then you have a screwdriver right here. It's a T20 torque spin. And you just go down here, you just unscrew this. You just get this out right here.
So one of the other things you need to do in order to get the battery out after you get the cover off like Chase showed you is this plastic cover right here that covers off this track. It just pops off. It's got these little spring clips in it. Just pry it up, be very careful with it because it's plastic and you can break it. But as long as you're careful with it, you can pop those spring clips out and just move it out of the way. And now you have full access to that battery.
Alright, so we just took out these two nuts right here. And you gotta remember to take the negative out first most times. It just works best so it doesn't spark. And yeah, now we're gonna start taking the battery out.
Alright, so now that we have the terminals pulled off that Chase had done, we're gonna go ahead and remove the battery. Now, to get the battery out, there's a clamp that's down beside here and it has a 13mm bolt in it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the wires out of the way, being careful with it. And then make sure you have a long extension because you're gonna go down in here and you're gonna turn that off. And once that is loose, then your battery should come out. All right, so we got the battery out. You have to be careful when you do it because there's this hose right here. This is a vent because this is a lead acid battery. You need to vent it to the outside because it's inside the car. It's a real pain because that gets in the way. There's no handle on this. We didn't record us getting it out because it was a real bear to get out. The new battery we're about to put in here, it has a handle. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that, stick it in here, bolt it down, show you how to do it. All right, so we picked up one of these Die Hard batteries that are really good. I've always used Die Hard batteries. Used to be able to get them from Sears, but now you can get them. So that was really cool. We get a hold of this. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna put it down in there. We gotta remember to hook the vent into this right here. And it's time to get it down in here and we'll bolt it down. Okay, so we got it down in here. We got that little connector for the vent hooked up. When you get it down here, make sure it's sitting flat on the bottom. There's a hook on one side and the clamp on the other. So make sure that it's sitting all the way down and underneath both those clamps. Then you can go back in, tighten down that 13mm bolt, and your battery is secure. Go for it.
Alright, so what we gotta do now is we gotta push this red thing down as far as we can get it. I think we're about there now. And then we're going to tighten this back down. it's about tight. Now we're going to take this and push it down and click on both sides. And it should be good. And then on this side we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to push this down until this is tight as we can get it. And then you take this, screw this in that too.
All right, so now we need to put the covers back on. Now, when we first showed you, we showed you taking this off the floor before we showed you taking this off the tracks. It'll actually be easier if the first thing you do is take this off, and then this will come off a whole lot easier. So when we put it back together, we're gonna put this one back on first, and then we're gonna follow by snapping this one on.
Now I go ahead and snap this guy on in. This is where you put the track for your seat, so you can move it back and forth if I'm not mistaken. And then you put the floor mat back over, and you are good to go. Ta-da!
Okay, so we have the new battery in, we have it all put back together. Last thing we need to do is start it up, make sure it actually starts, and the problem is fixed. That way you know that you can just go ahead and put your tools away and start cleaning up.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Midnight Mechanic. So today is a rundown. Took the old battery out, put a new Die-Hard battery in that you can get at Advanced Auto. And
Yeah, so when you get that old battery out, don't forget to take it back to the store to get your core charge back. You want to recycle it. You don't want all that nasty stuff to end up in a landfill, so you want to dispose of it responsibly. So until next time, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Midnight Mech.
And make sure to subscribe down below.
We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.